Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 9th, 2025. It is 3:32 a.m. I don't even know how to start because I've been away because I haven't been recording. But anyway, what I did yesterday, and I worked on this video yesterday, I did record a little bit here and there of the family getaway. So I share some of it, not all, but some of the things that I did. My husband has some, but I didn't put his content into my video. So yeah, maybe later I probably will put it for my members only. I'm not gonna leave it long for everybody, but the first, I guess, until 6 o'clock I'll make it for my members only. But anyway, I was creating list of things that happened last week to sort of get me back on track to see what was going on. I ended up doing several sections or different lists. There's some is just TikTok videos, and there's some regarding Meghan. This one is pretty long. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of them. Meghan IG. And what else? There's some politics. I don't think I'm gonna do that. And there's some things about Harry regarding Nexus. So that's something I need to look into. There's some regular tweets that I saw. I put them by themselves. It's a lot, okay? And there's videos and different tweets that's regarding. Oh, this one I probably will do as well. There's a video that came out, a lady that was defending Meghan. And then later on during the week, all this were last week, by the way. All of the things that I have on the list are last week. And then later on, that same lady who was defending Meghan, I came across some tweets where something switched. The switch I didn't come across, how will I put this? When I was on vacation, I saw the switch. The squad were talking about it. And when I came here to put it on the list, I didn't see those tweets where she made the switch. So this is something I need to add. There's some stuff regarding Middle East, war. We are in a war. And there's some things regarding this musician who got banned by his music, how do you call this, his label, because he was defending Palestine. And then everybody, a lot of people are against what the music, his music, what did I just call it, his label were doing, and he's been everywhere. So that's that. I don't know if I'll be talking about it in some videos. If I do, it will be by itself. Okay, all of these will be by themselves. These tweets will be by themselves here. The Middle East. But anyway, what I think I should do, I want to look at the TikTok videos because they seem to be more sums up what was going on. So if I don't feel like going over the other tweets, at least those TikTok videos will sort of keep me up to date. I mean, I was online on my phone while I was on vacation, but I wasn't really too much online. I think it's mostly at night. I will not say at night. There are times when I was just sitting in the cabin and I just scroll through my phone. So, but yeah, so let's go on Twitter. Too much talking. All right, so these are some new tweets here. I just blacked some people. The squad said to black. I just blacked this person here, right? Yeah, I've just blacked it. Okay, so let's see this one here. These are not on my list, they're brand new. Okay, why do royalists, derangers, magas, and conservative follow people who don't like them? And I respond to that and I said because some people love to live in pain. Where is it? There it is here. Some people like to live in pain. What else? Let's focus on my list. Okay, these are things that, oh, what is that? Prince Harry will help Meghan in first, then get in after he ensured that she was safely in. Yeah, I did see some pictures going on around. I did share some of them on my community board where they were having dinner and they put that huge thing in front of her. Yeah, he went in and just sit there. I don't know. They didn't show him any discipline. Wow. No discipline at all. Okay, I thought for a moment Willie was actually going to assist Kate getting up into the carriage because remember, she's still recovering from recovering, but I was wrong. He was straightening her out his tie. There's no help for this guy. None at all. I hope, I don't know, because you cannot have two blind people raising kids. I was gonna say, I hope they're teaching their kids some stuff, but if they're so incompetent, what are they gonna teach the kids? Charles doesn't care. What is that here? Let me pause this so I don't get black. Okay, this is how that married couple hold hands. Wow. William is not holding his hand at all. William is not holding her hand at all. It's her who's holding William's hand. Oh my God, this guy knows. People are watching him. He knows. But he still doesn't know how to at least act. You're receiving all this money from the taxpayers. Just act. The squad are responding. If this royal love, give me runaway prince any day. There's that. That's a GIF. Okay, I mean, he's not even really... yeah, that's what I saw too. He's not even holding her hand. I feel like his hand is just flimsily hanging out. What even is that? They will never be Harry and Meghan. Yeah. Yeah, he's not he just put his hand out there and she's You know what? These are not on my list. They're brand new. I just thought I'd share this. Let's do the TikTok videos. Let's see what's going on from last week, okay? So this is like a fast track. Those few tweets that I just shared with you. I'm not even gonna put them on the list. Alright. Oh, so that's not even a TikTok video. So this guy, a lot of the squad has been sharing his TikToks a lot on Twitter. So he just, I think, okay, I'm not 100% sure. He just came on X and I've been following him. Let's see how long he's been in there. Let me go into his account. Yeah, he just joined. No, that's been February 2025, but I guess he just started putting his content, his TikTok content on X. But the squad have been sharing his TikTok videos on here and I've been sharing them with you. So a lot of those TikTok videos that I have on the list are his. Okay, so let's go back. Bringing my content over from TikTok and IG, and the royalists are already forming at the mouth. And the best part, they don't even know how much content I have. They're gonna stroke out before I even halfway through. All right, so this is a tweet that just saying he's bringing his TikTok videos over here. That was June 29, so that was recently. All right, so I'm done with this. I'm not gonna read the comments. I want to look at the videos only. Hopefully there are. I don't remember what they are. Okay, so there are some random tweets here. Okay, I thought they were all videos. OMG, breaking news. A reporter has recorded a private conversation between Prince William and Kate Middleton, and it's about Jason Knauf. Listen below. Or maybe that's why I put it. So let's listen. 21 seconds.
Are you gay?
Oh my God.
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How did you marry?
I saw it. I didn't even listen to it. I thought it was true. This is fake, okay? Just know that. Let me start all over.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How did you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
Oh my
Are
God.
you gay?
It's
How you
playing
go-
over. It's playing over. Oh my God. I can't believe this. This is why the royal rats, they cannot get their narrative going, because the squad, you have to have one squaddy to throw it off the hook. Oh my God. The squad are just laughing. So let's leave that alone. Oh my God. Next tweet. I didn't expect that. This is what happened when I don't listen to the things first. Okay, so this is one of his TikTok video. Okay, Jason Knauf then just turned on Meghan. He leaked testify. He started testifying, but he never showed up regarding Meghan's letter. He claimed he was part of the author of the letter, from my memory. When it was time, because Meghan have won her case, when it's time for settlement to see who gets what portion of the money, and they wanted him to come to say something, he never showed up. So unless if I missed something, you guys could correct me. That's what I remember. Okay, he was gonna testify, but he never did. He might be right though. Okay, let's leave that alone. Correct me or not, okay? Put the timestamp. And some of you have been doing it. I truly appreciate it, because it's much easier to know what you're making reference to. So if I have something to say back to you, at least I know what I said from the beginning. But I'm not gonna listen to the entire video for me to listen to just that one part. No way. Okay, so some of you have done that. I truly appreciate it. All right. Jason Knauf then just turned on Meghan. He leaked testify, undermined her, and the palace gave him a medal for it. Now he's rebranding as climate leader. There was some stuff I saw regarding Santa Bali. That was when I was on vacation, but I don't think I put any of that on my list here. All right. No, he's a power-hungry opportunist who served the crown, not the truth. All right. So let's listen to this. It's almost 3 minutes. Screenshots, okay?
Let's talk about the snakiest of snakes. Let's talk about Jason Knauf, the royal aide who turned on Meghan, handed the tabloids ammunition, and got knighted for it. Don't let the polite tone and polished resume fool you. This was a power-hungry, greedy opportunist who knew exactly what he was doing. Knauf was hired to support Harry and Meghan, but while they were drowning in racist media attacks and institutional neglect, Jason was playing both sides, smiling in their faces while keeping records that would later be used against them. In 2018, he accused Meghan of bullying palace staff, but the allegations were quickly shelved until just days before the Oprah interview. Then suddenly, the accusations were leaked to the press. No formal investigation, no resolution, just a last-minute attempt to discredit her before she can speak for herself.
Well, they claim, allegedly, that they did an investigation and nothing came out. They didn't release the the report. It kept private. And I've spoke about this couple times before, where I said, and some of you came after me, not really beating on me, but just in disagreement, where I said that I think Meghan should ask them to make it public. That way we know the truth, even though we know Meghan is not a bully. But for the sake of it, because these people, as far as I'm concerned, the queen is still talking. Okay, these people love to go back to history and rewrite it. So for the sake of the future, I think they should make that allegation public. And some of you said we're pretty much in disagreement with me on that. But for the sake of history, the future, and things like that, so they don't come and say certain things. But by that time, Harry and Meghan, knock on wood, will not be there to defend themselves anymore. You see how William have done, where Princess Diana spoke her truth, and he came and discredited his mother. And thank God for Harry for protecting her voice. But anyway. Yeah, so, let's get back to this.
That wasn't an accident. That was strategy. And then, in Meghan's lawsuit against the Mail on Sunday, Jason made his move. He stepped forward, testified against her, released private emails.
That is true. Okay, so I guess this is the part. I was focusing mostly where he was supposed to go and defend the part where he's part of the author. So some of the things that he's talking about, the text messages and all of that, Meghan was like, go ahead, release them and things like that. And then the worst thing is the parts that they made public pretty much really strengthen Meghan's case. Just look on the screen. Several sections on those tweets, on those text messages, where from the beginning Meghan said, I'm gonna talk to you in private and confidential. I forgot the term that she used. Like, do not leak it. And then near the end, she repeat herself saying that it's just between you and me, because Jason had asked, can he share the conversation, the text message with someone? I forgot the name of the person. Just look at the screen because I'll be sharing, because I know exactly what he's talking about. And Meghan said no. So all of the things that he released to the court actually strengthened Meghan's case. Okay, so I guess I didn't come across where he actually talked. They just sent things. Let's continue. I'm a little bit confused with the testifying. When I'm thinking of testifying, where they go in court and talk and said things, but releasing is not testifying. Unless I could be wrong. It could be the palace who's releasing these. Again, I could be wrong on that. In my mind, I'm thinking testifying, where the person, raise his right hand and swear to whatever the UK uses to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. But I don't think he was in court to talk. But releasing this information could be the palace. I don't know. Should I start all over? Let me just move it back slightly.
That was strategy. And then, in Meghan's lawsuit against the Mail on Sunday, Jason made his move. He stepped forward, testified against her, released private emails, undermined her credibility. He forced her into a public apology and gave the British media exactly what they wanted. And let's be very clear, he has a master's degree in politics and communication. This is not someone who stumbled into a scandal. This is someone who knew how to shape headlines and manipulate public opinion.
And then he knows the palace will back him up. Even if he gets in trouble, he knows the palace will back him up. Because if that was me, that would be a huge defamation. I would go after him personally. All right, but let's continue. But Meghan is not like that. So this is why the squad sometimes they're hitting hard on Twitter, on social media for her, because she's not doing all of the, pushback. Let's continue. But now she is, well, let me take it back. She's not. She's doing her thing, and at the same time, she's throwing her shade. If you know the narrative that have been going on, when certain things that she does, clothes that she wears, she's throwing shade without saying a damn word. Okay? But let's continue.
He didn't just assist the smear campaign, he engineered it.
That's
and
true.
What next? He was awarded the Royal Victorian Order, a personal honor from the monarch.
Yeah.
That's not coincidence. That was a thank you.
That's because he's able to do all of this because he knows the palace got his back. Even if he get in trouble, all they have to do, the palace have to do, is talk to whatever judge or whoever to let him go scot-free. So he knows he got the palace backing.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Knauf, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
In my humble opinion.
He helped protect the institution at Meghan's expense, and the crown rewarded him. Today, he's rebranded himself as a change maker. He runs Mission Overstory, a consulting firm on leadership and climate. He's a trustee of Williams Earthshot Prize. He holds a fellowship at Conservation International. He even went on 60 Minutes Australia, portrayed himself as a calm, measured voice of reason, casually discussing Kate's cancer diagnosis, and the Sussex fallout like he wasn't in the middle of it. But
I did see, YouTube did recommend me that video. I didn't watch it. I know what he's talking about, but I didn't watch it.
here's the truth. Jason Knauf is not a neutral observer. He's not some well-meaning bureaucrat. He's a power-hungry opportunist who built a career by betraying the people he was hired to serve. And the monarchy paid him in medals, titles, and access. This isn't about ethics. It's about loyalty to power. Jason didn't choose the truth. He chose the institution. And when he was done serving it, he walked away richer, rewarded, and rebranded. So the next time someone calls Meghan manipulative, tell them to look at the man who got knighted for trying to destroy her.
That is true. That is true. Let's see some of the comment. I'm glad you are here. So happy to see you on Twitter. So he just started putting his content. He's been there since February 2025. But he started bringing some of his content over here as well. Okay, he and his boyfriend are trash. What is that here? Valentine Law. I have a video where I did a review. I think he did a 60-minute also interview. Australia. I did a review about that 60-minute video. Okay, this is misleading nonsense. The former staff members did not make the bully allegation. Jason Knauf did. Alright, so that's that. Every weapon has an expiration date. Its life cycle cannot endure the test of time or truth. He was crafted from evil and nothing born of the wicked. Wicked William will triumph against Duchess Meghan. William always very happy around him. That is true. That's that video a few minutes ago that I showed you. The voiceover. Oh, he didn't turn on her. He was never in their corner. That is true. He was never in their corner. It's almost the same way. This is something, it was not written and nobody have raised that, but this is my assumption. The same thing that they did with Jason Knauf to be eyes and ears in Harry and Meghan circle for the institution. That's what they did as well with William's godmother. Okay, when Meghan was over there getting married, what do they call it? Damn it, they have a name where they help you to get dressed, something like that. That's what William's godmother was to Meghan, but I think she was just eyes and ears for the institution and Harry and Meghan's circle. Okay, because the tiara thing, in my humble opinion, I truly believe is William's godmother who let the institution know about it, and then they create this huge nonsense about the tiara. Okay, so the same thing that Jason Knauf did, in my humble opinion, I think is the same thing that William's godmother did, and regarding the tiara. Again, it's not written anywhere. Nobody said it. It's just my assumption, my humble opinion. Because how will the institution know that the Spencers had offered Meghan to wear that Princess Diana's tiara? Okay? So once she was aware of that, in my humble opinion, she brought it to the palace's attention, and then that's when the Queen offered Meghan to choose from her tiaras. And then Meghan ended up wearing one of the Queen's tiara. Okay, but everything else, the veil was designed, crafted around Princess Diana's tiara. And this is why I'm always in agreement with that. Some people said, including Harry, that Meghan should have chosen Princess Diana's tiara. But when you think about it, in the spiritual world, okay, this might sound cuckoo, if they spend so much time, energy, the sentiment, everything to design the veil around Princess Diana's tiara. Princess Diana is not alive. The spirit of her was already around Meghan's veil. So to keep the peace, to not create, because if, for instance, Meghan had chose Princess Diana's tiara, the royal rats will create another stupid narrative for no reason. They'll find something. Okay, I'm not in that business of create nonsense out of nothing, but these people have been doing this forever, so they'll find something to talk about it. But to keep the peace, Meghan chose one of the Queen's tiara, and that's the one that was my first choice as well. The second one would have been Princess Diana's tiara. So she chose the whatever she chose, and then they still give her problem. I'm telling you, these people love problem. They love problem. Alright, so why did I bring this? Oh, Jason Knauf being the same thing as William's godmother, eyes and ears. Okay, so did I finish with this? Oh, he didn't turn on her. He was never in their corner. Jason is the one who advised Meghan to confirm info that Scobie was putting in his book. Okay, so this is another thing as well. These are things I've spoken in the past regarding the Scobie Finding Freedom. At that time, they did not know the name of the book. What I think happened, okay, because there was middleman. Jason Knauf was the middleman. Omid Scobie wrote a list of questions for Meghan to respond. I think Meghan responded to them truthfully, whichever way she did. But unfortunately, the response did not go directly from Meghan to Scobie. It went from Meghan to Jason, and then this is where the nonsense happened. And I think Jason gave those responses to William or whoever, men in gray suit, William, I don't know, whoever's gonna mess up the thing to continue with their narrative. I think Jason gave the responses to men in gray suit or William, whoever it is, and then after they manipulate Meghan's response, they give it back to Jason, and then Jason gave it to Scobie. Okay? And this is why Finding Freedom had some false information. This is what I think happened. If Meghan had given Scobie the responses directly, the truth would have been there. But it's the middleman that messed it up. And then with the second book that Omid did, regarding the skin color and all of that, they did their thing, because the translation, okay, all of the other translation, I don't know how many languages that what's the name, Endgame, I think the book is, it was one language. What was it? Is it the Dutch? I forgot which language they messed it up. It was only one language that had that messed up. That's because they have someone in there who could do that for them. But all the other languages was fine. And I'm glad Omid stood his ground and defend his thing. It's like, I don't speak that language. What I gave to the publisher was in English.
The book's available in a number of languages, and unfortunately I can't speak Dutch, so I haven't seen the copy for myself, but if there have been any translation errors, I'm sure the publishers got it under control. For me, I edited and wrote the English version. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
But it was one language that messed it up. And then they create this whole narrative where, what's the other one? Piers Morgan came out saying his nonsense.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
I don't know what Omid did at the end, the result of this. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. I bring the end game, but this tweet is not making reference to the end game. It's making reference to finding freedom. Okay. All right. So where is that here? Jason is one who advised Meghan to confirm info that Scobie was putting in his book. Jason said, was that something like, quote, he's going to write it anyway, so it might as well be correct, end quote. Meghan and Harry trusted him because of William and Willie betrayed his brother. What's the first W here? I'm not sure. He was asked for email by the court. It's called disclosure of documents and compulsory part of legal proceeding. The litigation instigated by Meghan. You are just angry because she forgot about emails that clear show her grubby little fingers and lies were all over the deal. Nah, there was no lies. As a matter of fact, I just said it. Some of the things that were released actually strengthen her case. Let's see here. Daddy letter and wanting to be leaked. Okay, so this person has some issues. What is that here? I have this here. I think definitely share this. No, this is different. I don't have that one. I think definitely share this with Meghan and make the suggestion to her that you have here. She will 100% support it, and I totally agree that we have to be able to say we didn't have anything to do with it. Equally, you're giving the right context and background to them and help. But who's that? Harry, his email, Jason Knauf. Okay, this one I do not have. That's the Samantha Cohen that Jason Knauf wanted to share those her letter, and Meghan said no, don't share it with her. Okay, the truth is very much needed and will be appreciated, especially around Marco wedding stuff, but at the same time we can't put them directly in touch with her friends. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing this. Okay, these are too small, so I'm not even gonna bother. Extraordinary email from Meghan to Knauf tucked away in evidence today, setting out some background reminders for a detailed briefing seemingly set up between royal staff and Finding Freedom's author. Okay, so this is small. I have some other things that I came across, so that's that. Okay, so this tweet took too long. Next one. Oh my god, I'm already 30 something minutes. Okay, so there's another TikTok video. They never reported on Meghan. They framed her. That actually believe they framed her. From the moment she said yes to Harry, the British press set her up and the palace said it happened. This is part 1. The royal press set Meghan up. Okay, so 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Screenshot.
Welcome to the Sussex Diaries, Royal Rebels in Real Time. A running series where we unpack Harry and Meghan's journey from fairy tale to fallout. Engagements, exiles, Oprah, Archewell, and all the messy receipts in between. Buckle up, babes. This is part 1. The royal press set Meghan up. Let's rewind to late 2017. Prince Harry is engaged.
You see, some of these contents are good because there are new people who starting to find out the craziness that was going on at the palace. It's almost like when I see these things, it helps the new followers, the new squaddies, the true one, because there are some that's pretending, but whatever. Let's say somebody like me who wasn't following Meghan or Harry before the all debacle. So these are videos that are good to help the newcomers understand what was happening. All right.
To Meghan Markle, a biracial American divorced actress.
Royal Highness Meghan Markle, congratulations to you both.
The British press? At first, it's all Hollywood sparkle and modern monarchy until the knives come out. This was the UK press action.
What I think happened is that I think the press in the UK was moving forward fine with it. It's the institution who probably told the press, we need to cut this shit out. Okay? Because for them, they always want a good guy and a bad guy. And then they follow along, even though some of them went to school, they should know the ethic behind that thing. But if the palace is behind them, they know they could get away with it. They'll do it. And this is why I have good respect for Omid. Despite that he remained true to himself. He report things. And there was one tweet, I don't know if it was a tweet or a video that I saw of Omid, where he said something like, they could be, they meaning him and the royal rats, the rest, could be at the same place reporting the same thing, and then when he report on it, let's say he finished his first, he just put it out there, and then the other ones that were in the room came after, go after him for reporting the truth, and meanwhile the others are just twisting the facts. So what Omid said is that since they keep on coming after him for telling his truth, he now waited until they, the rest, the royal rats, the one who's following whatever the palace tell them to do, he wait until they put their stuff out, then he put his. I don't even think he report on them anymore. He's doing his own thing. Anyway, so let's continue with that. So the whole point for pausing here was that I think the media in the UK, at the beginning, they were doing their thing, reporting the way that they see it, whatever. And I think it's the palace who put a stop to it and tell them, do not go that way. Don't talk positive of them and things like that, because who they supposed to hyped up? William. And he still haven't learned a damn thing. Let's continue. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking what's going on in the US with the farmers and all of that. They all had the head start, okay, to get advantage from the government and all of that. And then now that Trump did what he did with the big beautiful bill, and since he been in office, get rid of the migrant workers and all of that, voting against their best interests, and they're losing their farm. And now you have the African American farmers are doing fine without, they didn't get the government help that the other white farmers were getting. They did what they had to do to survive. And now I'm hearing that some of the white farmers want to go to the black farmers because now they're thriving, even though they meaning the white farmers, had so many advantages. And now that Trump did what he did, and the black farmers are thriving because they never got the help anyway, so they've been doing their thing. I'm hearing the white farmers are saying they're gonna go to the black farmers to burn that thing down. I know I'm off the topic here of Harry and Meghan thing. I've said before, you want everything, at some point you're gonna end up with nothing. And this is what's happening here. Many of these people were voting to hurt others, while they thought that they were gonna get more of whatever it is that they were getting. So now many of them are losing everything. So the same thing can apply to the institution. They want everything. They have absolutely nothing to lose. Those people who's it's hard to say, because when you have nothing to lose anymore, you don't give a shit. So those young people, those Gen Zs and those that's coming up, they better learn, because despite the fact that they're trying to hold history from them from learning what happened in the past, and it's repeating again. When you look at Haitian history in America, it's happening again. When ICE is coming after the Haitian in Brooklyn or something like that, what did they do? This is the blueprint of how to counteract with ICE. You team up together and beat their ass up, because they're breaking the law. Judges are telling them, don't do this, don't do that, but they go in and do it anyway. So you have to protect yourself. Okay, just look at history of Haiti with America. It was Haiti helped them get their independence. But anyway, let's continue. That was completely off topic. I'm sorry. I just saw the similarities of those white farmers in America with the black farmers, where the white farmers had head start, 400 years head start, and then now Trump decided he's gonna do what he's doing, and then they're losing. I think some of them, I could be wrong, but I think those Texas farmers 100%. They lose 100% of their migrant workers. So they're shutting down, bankrupt. Okay? Meanwhile, the black farmers are thriving. Why? They never needed those migrant workers. They've been doing their thing on their own. They find ways. So those white farmers wanted everything. Now they're losing everything. Okay? So this is the same. That's the similarity that I'm seeing here with the institution. They have everything. Everything that they could live freely without lifting a finger to do anything. But still, they're going after other people to put unnecessary burden onto their lives. So they're going to lose everything too. You want everything, you're going to lose everything. Anyway, like I said, I went off topic. Let me move it back slightly. All right?
It's all Hollywood sparkle and modern monarchy until the knives come out. This was the UK press action. Daily Mail, The Sun, Express. They weren't reporting. They were framing Meghan.
That's
as
true.
Foreign, as dangerous, as not one of us. And the palace? Silent. Here's your first receipt. November 2016. Harry issues a rare, emotional statement calling out the press for racial undertones and abuse. Quote, Meghan Markle has been subjected to a wave of abuse and harassment.
Prince Harry issued a rare statement Tuesday, both confirming that he is dating actress Meghan Markle and slamming what he calls the racist and sexist abuse she has had to endure since their relationship was revealed.
That's his own words. So why didn't that make headlines for sport? Because it disrupted the narrative. The press weaponized Meghan's presence. Suddenly she was demanding, difficult, diva duchess. The palace PR machine, which could have corrected the record, stayed mostly silent. Compare that to how they quickly defended Kate over hair extension rumors. This wasn't just passive neglect. It was strategy. Meghan became the distraction. And the press, they cashed in. So no, Meghan didn't walk into the monarchy naive. But she wasn't prepared for how deep the setup was.
That is true.
Next episode?
She did say that. She did said, where did she say it? I think it was during her engagement interview. She didn't expect that at all.
I mean, I think also because there's a misconception that because I have worked in the entertainment industry that this would be something I would be familiar with. But even though I've been on my show for, I guess, 6 years at that point, and working before that, I've never been part of tabloid culture. I've never been in pop culture to that degree and lived a relatively quiet life, even though I focused so much on my job. And so that was a really stark difference out of the gate. But and I think we were just hit so hard at the beginning with a lot of mistruths that I made the choice to not read anything, positive or negative. It just didn't make sense. And instead we focused all of our energies just on nurturing our relationship.
On us. Yeah.
On us.
And some of that scrutiny, and you ended up making a very public statement about it, some of that scrutiny was centred around your ethnicity, Meghan. When you realised that, what did you think?
Of course it's disheartening. You know, it's a shame that that is the climate in this world, to focus that much on that, or that would be discriminatory in that sense. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from, and we have never put any focus on that. We've just focused on who we are as a couple. And so when you take all those extra layers away and all of that noise, I think it makes it really easy to just enjoy being together and tune all the rest of that out.
But we gotta give Harry prop to stand his ground and protect her. And he continued doing that. And this is a love that is bound to be together. Because he knows what he got, and he defended, and he stood by her. And I think that's what really makes Meghan stand by him. Because he defend her and protect her. I hope some young men look into Harry as a perfect example. It's not pretty. What I mean by pretty in terms of what he went through, okay? That's what I mean. But when you look at the whole picture, the facade of things, it's like a love story. But the footwork, the work that he put into to see that beautiful facade, it's not pretty. It's a lot. It is a lot. Many of these young men nowadays will give up already. So this is what I think kept Meghan, before they got married, I'm talking about. Because he defended her and stood by her. And she loves him and he's defending her, so she stays. If he wasn't defending her, she would have been gone a long time ago. There's no reason. Many other squaddies said there's no way they will stay in that situation. But anyway, they know what they got. This is their foundation. This is why they're strong now, because they put work into it.
We're diving into the wedding, the glamour, the chaos, and the cracks. That started to show behind the veil. Follow for part 2, The Wedding Was a Warning.
Man, if I had listened to this, I would look for the second part. I don't know if I have it, but if I do, that would be luck. Okay, from the moment she said yes to Harry, the British press set her up and the palace let it happen because the palace is behind the setup. It's from byline. Okay, assault. This is what I like about the squad. They come with receipt. And this is what's good for the new squaddies, true squaddies. When they're hearing the new narrative from the royal rats about Meghan, they could have all of this, the background, to see how all of this came about. And this is why the narrative, the royal rats narrative, is not staying, because you have people like that who's shutting them down. This is what Princess Diana did not have. Okay, the source added, quote, "The greater truth is that Harry and Meghan make better headlines than the King and Camilla or William and Kate. The idea of them still being in public service but abroad and out of the control of the institution and dominating the media narrative just can't happen." And then you would have thought, this is the same thing with the farmers, you would have thought that they will fix themselves, do things properly, ethically, to put so the tabloid would talk about them. But no, they quadruple down with their stupidity and their barbaric ways. And then they expect people to, flock over them, cheer for them, and all of that. Yes, they will get the same gullibles to do that for them. But well-minded, respectful people will not do that. They're actually showing themselves. And we're seeing that happening in the US too. And this is why I'm like, as much as I hate the way the country is going, but some people had to go through it. And they have to experience it. I was watching, this is off topic again, I was watching a YouTube video about what went on in Texas, the flooding, where those kids are missing and drowned and things like that. About 80-something people die. And I was reading the comments in one of those videos, and someone said there's another camp for black kids close to the area. Nothing happened to them. All the kids went back to their parents and all of that. So I don't know what else can these people could change their mind to make them see reality, because this is a spiritual war that's going on. And unfortunately, the Palestinian had to experience it physically. But that spiritual war that's going on to enlighten people, and I hope they understand what's going on, the young people. Because now, even though they were trying to hold history from not teaching them history, many African American were willing to let them say, okay, we understand it's not you physically who did the barbaric slavery, but you're benefiting from it. We'll let it slide, not making you, I'm not talking for everybody, okay? I'm not talking for everybody, but I'm just trying to verbalize the way that I see it. Where those young people now, we cannot blame them for what their great grandparents did to African American, the slavery and all of that, okay? But they are here now. What is happening now? If they do not change their ways, they have no more excuses anymore. There's no more excuses for them to say, oh, I didn't cause this. But if you're participating on doing some of the things that Trump is trying to do and do all of this, and this is why a lot of African American staying back and said, this is not our battle. We've warned you. We told you what was gonna happen. We did everything. Okay, we're staying back. This is your problem because you voted for this barbaric kind of government. And if you participate in it, now we could say you were part of it. Your footprint is in it. You should have known better. We warn you about your great-grandparents, what your great-grandparents did, and then now in this new era, this guy decided to turn back. Okay, MAGA is Make America, Make America Great Again, going back. Okay, you want to repeat what your great-grandparents did. Now we have you to blame for what's happening now. So those young people better pay attention and don't participate. This is your time to shine and fix what your great-grandparents did wrong and fix it. But anyway, another sidetrack again. Let's continue with that. Senior members of the family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. There's so many sidetrack with this. Okay? There was a 1-year review when Harry and Meghan wanted to step back. Okay, 1-year review for them to organize themselves to see how things will go, and they undermined that. The institution undermined that, cut their security, and then it's a whole bunch of everything that you see is happening to the institution. They're the one who created. The institution created, because Harry and Meghan were willing to work with them, do everything, and everything that Harry and Meghan are facing is the institution who put them in that situation, and then they just adjust themselves. Harry and Meghan just adjust themselves to the choices that the institution made for them. Harry and Meghan want to do 50-50. They said no. They want either you in or you out. But yet, they're instigating, create unnecessary problem for Meghan. How could you live like that? So Harry and Meghan, well, again, like I said, it's not their choice. The institution put it in writing and kicked them out. And Harry and Meghan adjust themselves based on that decision the palace made for them, and then they create their own. You would think the institution will stop. No, they're trying to undermine them, talking to Netflix to not show Meghan's work, but yet they're telling them, they cut their wings and tell them to go fly. And then while they're flying without their wings meaning the institution, they're still trying to undermine them. My God, these people are evil, very evil. It's the same mindset with those white farmers in the US. All right, let's continue. They never thought the trial period will work. Okay, they create the trial period. Okay, the institution, and then they cut and what will be the word? Disrupted. They undermine it. They didn't stick by their own agreement. All right, they never thought the trial period would work and try everything to make it fail. There it is, starting with the removal of security and then signing off on a 12-month assault by the UK press on Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. That is true. I knew how it was going to go down as soon as the Daily Mail posted the headline, Harry's girl is almost straight out of Kempton. Just days after they went public with their relationship, the attack started almost immediately. They all are baggage for God. Harry making that statement within days of their relationship being made public was such a key move. It's an important, undeniable marker of both the early start of their abuse and the institution's complicity. The royal family removing it from their website is proof they realize this. Okay, I'm waiting with bated breath. The notorious JTB. What's JTB? It's a name of someone, but I can't think of it. Commentaries are so well articulated. I can't get enough of them. Okay, I can't get enough of them. Nothing but facts I watch unfold in real time too. All right, let's do these. Great assessment. And just look at all these delusional, dishonest, discontent, disheartened Meghan haters in the comments. I black some of them. I don't even see some of the negative one. You weirdos hate her so much. You just can't stay away, huh? Pathetic. Meghan is winning in life while you're crashing out the comments about it. Okay, who is the dumb boss? Extremely important documentation for historical records. That's right. Every effort, every format is so important to ensure that the 50 to 100 years plus years look back is objective, is not just the hunter's version of event. I've said that a long time ago. There was a book that was said about that was written about Meghan, and what did I'll just look at the screen. I have the thumbnails of it, and I was like, it was not for us. Some of the books that they're writing is not for us. It's for our great-grandchildren to read the negativity, the nonsense that they were. So you could understand, because these people, they do not know any other way. When you look at African American history, okay, they manipulate, not just African American, just African in particular. When these people are writing those things, this is how they manipulate the reality, the facts. They continue. That's the thing. They continue doing the same nonsense. And this is why the squad, putting the facts out there. Okay, so important to ensure that the 50 to 100 plus years look back is objective and not just the hunter's version of event. That family and the toxic British media are working hard to end on a lie. Thank you. All right, so there's all of that. It's so small I cannot read it. Probably one of the haters. Yeah, from the way they did that, So this is one of the negative one. All right, there's more comment. Let's move on. I don't even need to read it. Let's hope maybe this is part 2. Do you want to see a dead body? This one is almost 3 minutes. Let's listen.
Rachel Casper, you walking antique store. You really fired up your rotary thoughts.
You walking antique store. Oh my God. All right, let's continue.
And logged onto the internet and called Prince Harry. Yes, Prince Harry, a washed up pariah. Like you're not sitting in front of Desperation era wallpaper, looking like a haunted doll collector. Let's start with your audacity.
Oh my God.
Because it's hand-stitched and delusional. You, a woman.
Okay, I have to stop because I'm drinking coffee. I almost choke. Oh my God. All right, let me stop.
Dressed up like a church organist who moonlights at Civil War reenactment.
Oh my
Thought
God.
You were qualified to declare someone irrelevant? Honey, your entire existence looks like it smells like mothballs and expired Avon perfume. You've got a wardrobe straight out of a dusty attic and a worldview to match.
Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to this without drinking anymore because I'm gonna joke. This guy is ridiculously funny. Let's continue.
You're out here peddling books named Cup, which sounds less like a novel and more like a random object somebody grabs when they've lost the plot. Cup and Cup the Continuation. Girl, is the next installment called Saucer the Reckoning?
Oh
you
my
write
God.
like you're trying to win a contest at your local retirement home.
Oh my
and
God.
still losing to Doris, who only writes in cursive, and war flashbacks. And the nerve. The aching, brittle nerve to call Harry whiny with mommy issues? Of course you'd say that. You're the same flavor of emotionally constipated that confuses emotional intelligence with weakness
Oh my
and
God.
trauma healing with whining. Harry went to war, buried his mother, built a life, and married a black woman who triggers every fiber of your laced up insecurity. And still manages to outclass the entire Windsor PR machine. Meanwhile, you're cosplaying aristocracy in your backyard and confusing Amazon reviews for literary awards. And as for no woman should marry him, Rachel, sweetie, let's be clear. No man woman, or binary entity in this dimension or the next is waking up thinking, you know who I want to model my love life after? The emotionally stunted Etsy Duchess with a god complex and a scarf collection. You're not giving wise elder. You're giving missed the call to be a 1940s home ec teacher and never recovered. You don't care that Harry's irrelevant. You're furious that he's free, that he buried the rule book you worship and danced on its ashes with a black woman you were taught to fear. You're not just bitter, you're historically bitter. The kind of bitter that gets passed down with recipes and resentment. So here's your crown, Rachel, Queen of Delusion, Duchess of Irrelevance, and Supreme Minister of minding everybody else's business but their own. Now go back to your dollhouse, take a seat in your little tea room, and stitch together a better personality.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was just dressed down to this white old hag is out of this world. I will never want to cross your path in a wrong way. Is she still alive? He never misses. I don't know why people mess with him about Harry and Meghan. OMG, whatever he thought, it's a Duchess. He dropped so many bars here. I'm dying. That's why I was like, I can't drink coffee while I'm listening to him. Walking antique store, OMG, the shade. He tore her to shreds. Okay, honey, your entire existence look like it smells like mothball and expired over perfume, Avon perfume. No man, woman, or binary entity here, huh? Walking antique store did what now? Oh my God, 911, there is a dead body that needs retrieving. No man, woman, or binary, glorious. Expire Avon perfume. This guy needs his own show called Shade. The way he literally reads these racist voyageurs for filth is the stuff of legend. Okay, I don't know who he is, but I hope I never miss an I hope I never piss him off. I know, the squad, tears coming out of my eyes. Let's go to the next one. The squad are still talking, but let's move on. See, this is what Princess Diana did not have. So it looks like I'm actually 59 minutes. So I'm going to start a new video here, okay?
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.